You saw it again this morning. The clock read 11:11, and before your mind could catch up, your chest already did something. A small lift, a quiet surge of something that felt like confirmation. Like the universe tapping you on the shoulder and saying, keep going, keep believing, keep holding on. You have been collecting these moments for months, maybe years, the repeating numbers, his name appearing in unexpected places, songs that feel like messages, dreams that feel like visitations, and each one has been adding another layer to a story you have been building. A story that says the connection is real, that the timing is aligning, that something is about to shift. This video is not going to tell you those experiences are meaningless. They are not meaningless. But the explanation for why they are happening is not the one you have been given. And the real explanation is both more ordinary and more extraordinary than you might expect. There is one thing I am going to tell you about how your brain works that will permanently change the way you interpret every sign you encounter from this point forward. Stay with me. Here is the belief underneath the sign seeking. The belief is this: the universe is communicating with me through symbols, and if I can learn to read those symbols correctly, I will know when union is coming. I will know what to do. I will finally feel certain. That belief is not irrational, but it is pointing the need for certainty in the wrong direction, because the signs are not coming from outside you. They are being generated by inside you. And that distinction is not a deflation. It is actually the most empowering thing you will hear on this entire topic. When you understand where the signs are actually coming from, you stop being a passive receiver of external messages. You become someone who understands what your own mind is doing and why. That is a completely different kind of power. In the 1950s, a psychologist named Leon Festinger documented something he called confirmation bias, but the neurological mechanism underneath it was not fully understood until decades later. Here is what we now know. The human brain processes approximately 11 million bits of information every second. It can only consciously handle around 40 of them. So the brain builds filters. It decides what to let through and what to ignore, based on what it has been told is important. When you are in an activated state around a twin flame connection, your brain tags that connection as a high-priority survival signal. It begins filtering reality to surface everything that confirms the connection is significant. Everything else gets filtered out. You do not see the hundreds of times you glance at a clock and it says 3:47. You only notice and remember the times it says 11:11 because 11:11 has been coded as meaningful. Your brain is not receiving a message. Your brain is generating a highlight reel. This mechanism is called Reticular Activating System priming. The Reticular Activating System is a network of neurons in your brainstem that acts as the brain's attention director. Whatever you focus on consistently, your Reticular Activating System begins to surface. You are not seeing more 11:11. You are noticing it more because your nervous system has been primed to find it. I want to tell you about a woman named Camille. She was 29, a high school teacher, someone precise and thoughtful who had always trusted her intuition. She had been tracking signs for 14 months. She kept a journal of every synchronicity. She had pages and pages of evidence that the connection was divinely orchestrated. She came to this work not because she wanted to stop believing, but because she was exhausted. She said to me that the sign tracking had become a part-time job. Every moment of her day was filtered through the question of whether it was a message about the connection. The moment of shift came on an otherwise unremarkable Wednesday. She was grading papers, and she realized she had read the same sentence 4 times without absorbing it. She had been too busy mentally composing the significance of a song that had come on the radio that morning. She put down the pen, and she said out loud, to no one, "I am not present for my own life." That was not a spiritual revelation. That was her reticular activating system losing its grip on her attention, and it was the beginning of her reclaiming it. The first sign that sign-seeking has become a nervous system pattern, rather than genuine guidance, is called attention captured by absence. You are more focused on what the divine masculine is not doing than on what is actually in front of you. Your present moment has been colonized by a future you are trying to predict. The second sign is called certainty, borrowed from symbols. You feel calm only when you have recently seen a sign. Without a recent sign, your anxiety spikes. Your emotional regulation has become dependent on external symbols rather than internal resources. That dependency is not spiritual attunement. It is nervous system dysregulation, looking for a quick fix. The third sign is called evidence without disconfirmation. You notice every synchronicity that supports the connection. You do not notice or remember the ones that contradict it. A healthy relationship with intuition allows for both. What you have built is not intuition. It is a confirmation machine. The fourth sign is called the interpretation loop. You see a sign. You feel momentary relief. The relief fades. You look for the next sign. The loop never resolves because it was never designed to resolve. It was designed to keep your nervous system focused on the connection, and it has been extraordinarily effective at doing exactly that. The fifth sign is called self-abandonment through seeking. The time and energy you spend tracking signs is time and energy you are not spending building your own life. Your creative capacity, your relationships, your professional growth, sovereignty does not come from reading the universe correctly. It comes from investing your attention in the life that is actually yours to live. I want to give you something right now. This is called the attention reclaim. Place both feet flat on the floor. Take one slow breath in, and as you exhale, feel the weight of your body settling. Now, name 5 things that are physically present in the room with you right now. Not signs, not symbols, just objects. The chair, the window, the cup, the light, the wall. You are not looking for meaning in any of them. You are simply here, in this room, in this body, in this moment that belongs entirely to you. This is what integration feels like in the nervous system, not the relief of a sign, the solidity of your own presence. The signs were never about the divine masculine. They were your mind's way of staying connected to something that felt like it was slipping away. And the irony is that the more you chased the signs, the further you moved from the one thing that would actually create the conditions for a real connection, your own grounded and sovereign presence. You do not need the universe to send you a message. You are the message. The most important signal on this entire path is the one your own body sends when you are fully inhabiting your own life. Drop a comment below with the sign you see most often and what you notice happens in your body in the moment you see it. That answer will tell you more about your nervous system than any interpretation ever could. If this kind of precise and grounded perspective is what you have been looking for, subscribe to Divine Flame Union, because this is exactly the depth we bring every single week.